So here's the backstory of how I started the whole 5 things you can say that will make people angry. I was just sitting around thinking because I needed some ideas for videos to make to get people to view and stuff. So I was like, what is something I can do that'll get people watching the videos? It got to be something interesting or something funny or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with what are 5 things you can say that would make people angry. And then I thought I was like, and shit, I'm gonna break this shit up into different categories. And in the beginning, it was just gonna be 5 things you can say about sports that'll make people angry. 5 things you can say in politics that'll make people angry. And then and 5 things you could say in music that would make people angry. And then I was like, well, shit, there's a lot of shit going on in the world with racism and sexism and all that shit. So I was like, well, let me throw white people in there and black people. And then let me throw women and men and all that shit in there. Because it reminded me of something a friend of mine told me, a friend I went to school with. He was a white dude. And this was around the time the whole Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem shit had happened. And I was, you know what I'm saying, online talking about it and shit. And he said, because I was like, man, the people in the comment section, them some racist ass motherfuckers. And he told me, again, this is a white friend of mine. I'm not going to say his fucking name, but anyway, so he was like, let me tell you something. If you ever want to find racism and sexism, go to the comment section. So when he told me this, so what is it going now, 4 or 5 years since Colin Kaepernick and kneeling and shit? Wait, 2016. So yeah, 6, 7 years or whatever. So ever since he told me that, that's exactly what I do. If it's anything got to do with any minority group, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, gay people, women, like anything like that, I go straight, like I'll read the headline, see what this about, and go straight to the comment section. And my friend was right. Like all the racist and sexist ass shit is gonna be right there in the comment section. And like, I'm not trying to generalize at all. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not trying to generalize. But I'm like, cause especially on like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and shit, most people have their profile pictures next to their comments. So like I'm scrolling through the comments and I'm looking, and I'm not even trying to generalize. Like 99% of the comments I saw, they were coming from white men. Like that's who majority of those be like, oh, you just pointing out white. Now, I'm telling you, like, that's what most of the comments were coming from. White men. Like I looked up, like when that Ghostbuster shit came out with the all-female cast, most of the negative comments were coming from white men. When Colin Kaepernick was kneeling during the national anthem, and I'm reading the comments, most of those negative comments were coming from white men. When LeBron James or any black athlete or Hispanic athlete say anything, I'm reading the comments, most of the negative comments, they coming from white men. And like you're just trying to bring down white people. No, I'm not. You got eyes. You can go look for yourself if you think I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Shapiro said, facts don't care about your feelings. And I'm just telling you facts. I'm telling you what I see. If you have eyes or you have glasses or whatever, you can go see for yourself that I'm like, go look at the comment section and look at the profile pictures and tell me where the comments are coming from. But see, the thing is, that's another one of the reasons I started doing the whole 5 things you can say that'll make people angry. Because a lot of this shit, I see people commented in the comment section. So I know people go get angry for it. Like, in the end, this is all really about jokes. I'm just trying to make people laugh. That's like it's too much shit going on in the world, and life is too short for people to be angry about everything. Yeah, I know the video is 5 things you can say that'll make people angry, but it's actually supposed to make people laugh. Like, even though a lot of these do have some hard truths about it, like, there's some truth behind a lot of these. Some of these are just random ass shit I just decided to fucking say. Cause I've like, most of this shit I've heard somebody else say before, or it was just some random ass shit that I thought of. Like, hey, I think this would piss people off, so I'm gonna throw this in there. Cause like, I've heard women say men have it easier than women. I've heard women say men have it easier than women. I've heard men say women have it easier than men. Like, I've heard this shit. That's why I knew people was gonna react to this shit. So like, the fact that it's people in the comment section reacted to this shit in a defensive way just lets me know that I was right. These are some of the things that you can say that'll make people angry. And the thing is, like I say, life is too short. Like, none of this shit is intended for you to go around thinking, oh, how can I piss some black people off today? Or how can I piss some men off today? How can I piss some women off today? How can I piss some rappers or some athletes? It's not about that. It was about just trying to make people laugh and make some of this shit. Hey, you got to look at yourself and, hey, damn, he describing me, but maybe I need to change. That's all this shit is. This is not intended to go out and hurt nobody. I don't want nobody beat up. I don't want nobody bullied. I don't want nobody made fun of. I don't want none of that shit. Like, as far as I know of, it's only one earth, and we all got to live on that bitch together. So all we gotta do is just treat other people with respect. Treat people with the respect that you would want them to treat you. I'm not no malicious person where go get that group of people or go get this group of people. No, I don't care. I wouldn't consider myself a Democrat or a Republican. It's people on both sides that I've listened to that I agree with, and it's shit on both sides that I don't agree with. Like, I don't consider myself either one of them. I don't care who was the president last year or who the president is this year. I don't care about none of that shit. At the end of the day, all I care about is what is right and what is wrong. I don't think nobody should be out there bullying nobody else. Nobody should be picking on nobody, beating people up, or making fun of people, calling people out their names, making fun of them, trying to disparage them in any fucking way. My videos are just intended to make people laugh. There's no malicious intent about them. So all the people, like, some of the comments, they like, okay, yeah, I agree with some of the things. Like, you not go agree with everything, and I have no problem with that. Some of the people, yeah, hey, I like what you said here, but this is why I disagree with you here. And some of the people just like, oh, you're wrong. Like, okay, like, that, like, the world has become so sensitive nowadays. Like, I'm black, and like, I can make these jokes because I've heard people say this shit about black people, so I know what people can say that'll make black people mad. But I'm not gonna get upset about it and, oh man, these motherfuckers and blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna do that shit. Like, I know jokes that piss black people off. I know jokes that piss white people off. Jokes that piss women off, athletes, men. I know all that shit. Like, it's not my intention to just like anger everybody. Oh man, everybody going around and mad at each other because this person made this joke, and it's a joke, man. It's no. I'm not calling anybody no derogatory names and no shit like that. I'm not saying you need to beat somebody up or punish somebody or harm anybody in any kind of way. Like, people just overreact to things. Like, at the end of the day, how is certain jokes gonna really change your life? Is the joke gonna harm you? Like, what physical harm did the joke do to you? Oh, well, my mental, like, some people, I'm not even gonna get into the whole, well, I heard the joke and I was really disturbed about it and blah. Come on, man. Don't be one of those people. Like, some people just overdo stuff. Like, come on. The world is life is too short to be one of those people that you want to be upset about every single thing a person does. Don't be that person, man. Just live life, enjoy it. Treat people with respect that you would want. Treat people how you would want them to treat you. Don't go around harassing people. Oh yeah, let me tell you this joke I heard someone say that you can make people angry. Blah 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 blah. No, don't do that. Don't be that person. At the end of the day, I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to laugh. I want everybody to make all the money that they can with longer than not take it from anybody else. Live long and happy lives, disease free. Problem free, all that. So that's all. Like that's the history of the how I came up with the idea to come up with the whole 5 things you can say that can make people happy. So as always, peace and love. Like the videos, comments, so make sure you subscribe. Trey T out. Peace.